Hey, welcome back. I want to do a video on my 6x6 amphibious vehicle today. I'm thinking about selling this thing. We don't use it that much anymore, and while it's here, I'd like to get a video on it. But it is a Max 2, meaning 2-seater, 6x6. I believe it's a 1998 model. Let me show you how this thing works. Under this cover, we've got a 16-horse Briggs Vanguard in all its glory. All 16 horsepower at 3,600 RPM. The transmission for this thing is a T20 skid steer. No, this isn't a skid steer, but that's the type of transmission it uses. Let me get in here and let me see if I can show you how this thing works. Now I will do a video driving, but I kind of want to show you a video with it shut off so you can kind of see, maybe hear me a little better. So we have a left stick and a right stick. The left stick operates the left 3 wheels. The right stick operates the right 3 wheels. And in forward, if it was running right now and I just let go, just let it do like that, it's spring forward. So I'll show you, like I said, here in a minute we'll drive it. But if I just let it go like this, it's going to be going forward automatically. So if I want to turn right, I want to make a right turn, I'll take this and I'll pull back a little bit on it, and it will release the clutch that quits driving the right side wheels. The left side wheels will continue to drive and I'll turn right. Same thing with turning left. This operates just like a bulldozer. If you ever operate a dozer, it's the same way. So first position is I'll pull it back and it'll break the clutch. And then if I keep pulling back to about here, it starts getting into a brake band. And then I can turn right around, like I said, just like a dozer. So, can you see? There's my forward reverse shifter. It's in reverse right now. The reason it's in reverse is because if I start it up right now, everything's backwards in reverse and it won't move. So in reverse, it's flips everything around, and then I have to pull backwards to actually move, and it'll move backwards. But let me show you a few other things about it, and then I'll actually show you, you'll understand it a little better. We've got our choke, we've got our key, lights on, and this is supposed to be ignition, but for whatever reason they've got it wired to ignition hot over here, which is fine. I don't know if the switch went bad. Volt gauge or amp meter, let me get that right. And then here is our, shows us how much we're in a lean or whatever, but it's so old you can't hardly, there is a ball in there, but it's not like you can see it that well. Cup holder that I installed because I have to have a cup holder on everything. So as I said, left side, right side, throttle, forward and backwards, and there's our foot brake. So that's brakes to both sides. Here's our gas. And you'll see as we're up here, Max, created by Recreatives Industry Incorporated. So this company went out of business and quit making these in the early 2000s, I believe. And actually, I'm making this video in 2024. They have just started, somebody bought the molds, and they've just started making these new. And if you look on their website, the molds are exactly identical to this. It looks just like this, but you can buy 2024 now. I think this was somebody's approach at a winch bumper. They didn't do a very good job. I think I'll probably take that off. But while we're here, do you see all these wing nuts? So this whole clamshell body comes off, and the roll bar is molded into the body and sets down on the seat bracket. So the roll bar and everything comes off with it. So they are a pain to work on, but if you take the body off, then... And I just recently took the body off. I dreaded doing it because I thought it'd be harder than it really was, but I had the body off in maybe 15 minutes. So the seat pan, or the floorboard and the seat pan come out as one. So the seat is hooked to that. That's all one piece, and that pulls out. It is kind of a pain to pull out. This was a luggage tray, and I cut it out because without this cut out, you can't check your transmission oil. You can't do anything without splitting the body. And I have that piece. I could put it in or put it on a hinge or something. I haven't done so. I added that battery shut off, but what you'll see here, there's that T20 transmission. And what that is 2 transmissions in one case. So let's see how the power goes. The power goes through this centrifugal clutch belt system. It's a variable belt system, just like a dang go-kart or anything else. A little bit heavier duty probably. And then it goes into this transmission. And this transmission, like I said, it's actually 2 transmissions independent in one case, runs in the same oil. And it runs up to the center wheel. And then it's just chain to sprocket and chain to sprocket. And these 3 wheels on each side are hooked together. This drive shaft just goes to here. It stops right here. Or I should say axle shaft, not drive shaft. But the axle shafts are stopped right there. And all 3 of these wheels are hooked together on each side. But, you know, let's quit talking. Let's talk more action. Let's drive this puppy. Alright, power switch is on. Gas is on. Turn the ignition. Let's see what it does. I'm not going to lie, I had it running and pull it out here, so that wasn't that impressive. We're going to go to forward. See if I can do this one-handed. Pull this back. This is kind of a two-handed driving machine, but we'll see what we can do. If you can't hear me very well, I may do a voiceover, but we'll just see what happens here. So, as you see, I'm going forward. I want to turn right. I pull that back. And there she turns around. Can't really do it left very well right now because I can't give it gas and turn left. So let's make another right-hand turn. Pull the stick back. It starts turning. We can do donuts. I snuck up on it. It was too cold. They didn't like that. I spooked it. Let's see if we can go down the road a little bit. I can just steer with this, a little bit to the right. Man, left is harder. Maybe I'll put the camera, here we go, maybe I can do this. When we get on the water, it's a little bit easier because we don't use the sticks to steer in the water. Let me show you. One thing we best do before we get in the water is put the plugs in. There's a plug in each lower corner. They just snap over. I believe they're 3/4, but I can find it. There it is. You know, this is the only vehicle I got I can do this with. I think I should go slow or fast, or what should I do here? I think I'm gonna get to the water and just let the sticks off and see what happens. And we're floating. So, I hope you notice this little zip tie. This is cruise control. See if I can do this one-handed. You don't steer with the sticks. All you do is lean. When you lean, it turns. So I'm cutting to the right. I'm sure the cameramanship is not that great by myself here, but I just made a circle. Now I'm going to go over here. I just leave those sticks up there on cruise control. See if I can take out some of this seaweed. I don't know how fast is this thing swimming, probably 3-4 miles an hour. Probably runs, I'm guessing, 10-12 miles an hour on land. It's only got one gear, forward and reverse, so that kind of hindrances some. But with this stick steering, I'm going to tell you something. You do not want to drive it much faster than 10 or 12 miles an hour. So here I am leaning. It ain't bad. Got any water? Still dry in the bottom. It actually isn't too bad. We go to get out, pull our cruise control off. It planes up. Now, wheels aren't spinning, so leaning's not going to do a whole lot. See if I can do this one-handed. I kind of ease myself up here to land. Feel it grab there. And we're out. That's all there is to it. Show you what this thing looks like. I need the weed eat. These things are neat. They'll go about anywhere. I did have it stuck in a pond I drained because the mud, you couldn't even walk in it, and I high centered it, but there's not much besides a helicopter that wouldn't have got stuck there. So, a little bit different than what we usually do, but I thought this thing would be cool to make a little video about. It's pretty neat. I'm not a small man. 2 full-size people like me in here, you know, it gets pretty full, but by yourself is about the perfect size. But yeah, max 2 6x6. Pretty neat. Leave me a comment. Tell me if you've ever messed with one of these things. If you don't care, hit that like button. And you want to help us out, really subscribe. And look at these videos here at the end and the end screen. If you got time, watch another video. It helps us out, keeps the algorithm telling that we're making good videos, and pushes us a little harder. So I appreciate you staying this long. Appreciate you watching. Come back for more at Machinery D.